Hello, and welcome to the New York City Personal Injury Podcast. In this episode, we're going to talk about delayed diagnoses, how such delays can affect patients and their families, and what you can do about it if you or a loved one has suffered because of a delayed diagnosis. As always, the simplest answer is just to remember to ask for Sam by calling 877-ASK-FOR-SAM or by visiting ask4sam.net. When a doctor or medical professional is delayed in diagnosing an illness, condition, or disease, this can cause devastating injuries to a patient. Delayed diagnosis is often problematic as time is of the essence for treating many medical conditions. Failure to get proper treatment or surgery could cause your condition to worsen. At Silberstein, Awad and Miklos PC, our legal team is experienced in researching a situation to determine if the normal standard of care was upheld and, if not, fighting to prove the physician acted negligently. We are dedicated to protecting patients' rights and providing them with skilled legal counsel and fighting for the justice they deserve. Our team of medical malpractice attorneys have won several multi-million-dollar lawsuits for injured victims. We take our time to speak to individuals and listen to their story. We have decades of experience fighting for victims of medical malpractice when others have not. When a physician fails to make a prompt diagnosis, they may be held liable. Speak to a skilled New York City delayed diagnosis attorney today. Why delayed diagnoses occur? The consequences of a delayed diagnosis depends on the underlying illness and symptoms. A delay in diagnosis could cause a patient's illness to worsen and possibly cause death. We have experience handling many delayed diagnosis cases, some of which occur due to failure to recognize symptoms, improperly ordering tests and scans, failure to discuss daily habits, such as smoking, medical history, and predisposition to illness or disease, lack of communication with the patient, medical staff, and other medical specialists, lost paperwork, errors on medical charts, delays in laboratory evaluations, inadequate training, including interpreting and analyzing ultrasound, MRI, CT, and other tests. Individuals should contact a skilled New York delayed diagnosis lawyer as soon as possible after they are made aware that an error has occurred. What damages could you recover? The ideal outcome for the plaintiff in a delayed diagnosis case is the recovery of damages. In a medical malpractice case, injured individuals are able to recover compensation for economic and non-economic damages. Economic damages. Economic damages have a quantifiable monetary value. These damages can be proven with pay stubs, tax information, witness statements, and medical bills. Injured individuals could recover actual damages such as lost wages, present and future medical costs, costs of hospital stays, rehabilitation, and surgical procedures, and lost earning capacity. Non-economic damages. Non-economic damages can be more difficult to quantify as they do not have a tangible monetary value. They can include pain and suffering, mental anguish, and loss of enjoyment of life. A delayed diagnosis attorney in New York could use the testimony of expert medical witnesses, co-workers, family, friends, and medical bills to prove that their client has suffered damages. Understanding the legal process. Under New York Civil Practice Law and Rules Section 214A, the plaintiff is generally given 2 years and 6 months from the date they became aware of a delayed diagnosis to file their lawsuit. As noted in the New York Civil Practice Law and Rules Section 304, the formal legal process begins with the filing of the lawsuit. Along with the filing, the attorney must file a certificate of merit. This certificate is meant to show that the attorney completed their due diligence to ensure that the case has a valid legal claim. A seasoned delayed diagnosis attorney in NYC must attest that they reviewed the case and consulted with at least one other medical professional who is knowledgeable about the medical issues in the case. They reasonably believe the medical expert and the validity of delayed diagnosis claim. If they were not able to speak with a medical professional, they made at least 3 good faith attempts to speak to different medical professionals about the claim, but were unable to obtain a consultation. Our attorneys at Silberstein, Awad and Miklos PC are experienced in handling all types of medical malpractice cases. We walk injured individuals through the legal process and are committed to fighting for the compensation they deserve. Help from a dedicated New York City delayed diagnosis attorney. Help is available for those suffering due to a delayed diagnosis. If you or a loved one was harmed, the legal team at Silberstein, Awad and Miklos PC could help protect your rights. Our attorneys fight to hold responsible parties accountable for their actions and help victims seek compensation for their injuries. We work tirelessly in advocating on behalf of patients. Let an experienced Queens delayed diagnosis lawyer stand by your side and help you seek the compensation you need. We are available 7 days a week. Call today to set up a no-obligation consultation.